All right. Good morning. Well, not good morning anymore. Hello, Facebook friends and family. I'm not going to hold you long today. Today, I'm going to be talking about how life has really changed. Some of the things we've already talked about in regards to the new world post COVID, in regards to some of the things that, for us, who's going to be hiring, who's going to be looking, and in terms of career wise, there's a lot of people that are out of jobs. Over 30 million people are out of work at this present time. But here's the thing, a lot of people are not going to work, and a lot of recruiters are finding it a little tougher to find people. And here's the reason why. Well, a lot of people are making more money than they ever had when they were working for a job. So typically, why would I go work for a job when I'm basically making more unemployment than I was when I was actually working? Now that's kind of crazy, because here's the thing. That probably tells you that the unemployment, or I should say, the minimum wage is way too low in terms of what we pay our people or pay individuals for them to go and come back to work. Well, a couple things we're going to talk about today, real briefly. It's going to be about the companies are starting to call people back as we go back into for as rejoining their workforce. Now, not everybody's going back at once. Only a few people, let's say about a third, are probably will be going back to work right off as they kind of phase things back into our new norm post COVID. Well, the companies are going to be resetting. They're basically adjusting. They're aligning with the new world order. And those not called back will probably eventually rejoin the workforce much, much, much later. Now, not to get alarmed, this is not to kind of scare anybody, but many of those who were laid off or furloughed, many of you probably will go back, some faster than others. Those who had sketchy performances will basically not go right back right away, if not at all. This is a time where the company had a chance to reset its values and say, well, we're not going to bring everybody back for uh, poor job performance. Um, Maybe not your attending your job attendance, where you're always late, tardy, or calling out. A couple of things you want to look at is, did you put your best foot forward? Those who will be going back more than likely will be those who were your better performers, who always were there early, very positive on a regular basis. And so they will be going back. Companies will be calling them soon. Now, here's the thing for many of the people who are basically not able to go back. There's a lot of career opportunities out there for you. Do you have transferable skills that can be transferred to another job? Are you changing the skill set, or not skill set, but changing your job title and looking for something a little bit more uh, that fits you? And you probably were looking for an opportunity to change up the job anyway, or you're looking for a change of environment. So, are you prepared? Um, what does your support structure looks like? Are you trying to do it on your own? And if you are, I would recommend that you not try to do it on your own. Create a team. For all teams that make it to the Super Bowl or make it to the championship, there's always a good coach, there's a recruiter, there's someone in there that basically helps them get to the next level. And so you want to, you know, build your team for having a support structure that supports you significantly. You want to make sure that you are ready, and sometimes having a sounding board, someone who can be honest with you and straightforward and tell you what you need to do and tell you what you need to hear as opposed to what you want to hear. And a lot of times we can't stomach what we need to hear as opposed to get past all of the clutter and all the distractions of the world. Sometimes you need an assessment on what you need to work on. So again, you want to make sure that your support structure is someone that you can trust, someone that's going to give you the truth about who you are. Now, your team, you got to create your team. For those who are not going right back to work, then you want to make sure that you're working on having a good team. Like I told you guys before, I think you should always include some type of life coach and also a professional recruiter. The recruiter is someone who basically already has the eyes and ears of the client of those companies who are looking to search or find good candidates. If you're trying to do this on your own, you might be successful, but the challenge is you are probably are limiting some of your success. Here's the reason why. There's so many people out of work, and so if you're filling out an application just like everybody else, all you're doing is joining the pool. And so if you think of it like, let's say spring break, everybody's in the pool. And let's step back for a little while where you can't really see the faces and understand who's actually there, but you see them all in the pool. Everybody looks pretty much the same, male, female, everybody's in whatever. But in that pool, there's nothing that differentiates you from everybody else. What differentiates you or helps you stand out is having a recruiter. Now, in that pool, the the company may talk to you and they may not. If they have an automated response, then you will probably get a response saying, "Hey, we reviewing your application and this is where we are, and basically we're not going to move forward, or you should hear back from some of us." If there's a lot of people in that pool, you're not going to hear back. You might as well get ready for it. But however, if you're using a recruiter already has the eyes and ears of that client. The client is already paying that recruiter to find great candidates. So everybody that they put in front of that client is going to automatically either you're going to hear back from them right away or within days. But at least you will know where you stand with the client in terms of your application and your submission. So you want to use that. As far as your life coach, someone who can tell you what you need to hear, in combination with your life coach and your recruiter, they should be interviewing and asking you questions on what you should be doing or interviewing you and giving you feedback on how that interview is going. They should be asking you about, things that are metric driven, what type of person you are in terms of how people would look at you as far as your employees, how would they view you, and those people who support you. Well, and it gets very detailed, and we can help you with that. And recruiters are skilled and ready to help you with getting to that next level. Well, you also want to look at, one of the things I don't recommend is don't try to do it on your own. Don't. Probably, you know, like I said, you may be successful, but you're limiting your success. You're limiting your blessings. And again, you're in a pool. You may not get attention, you may or may not. And again, your recruiters are having media access and usually will know about the progress of the area. Now, what I like about a recruiter is they also know what the client is looking for in terms of the pay, in terms of um, far as what they're looking for in terms of your career, what experiences, and so on. So, and I say use a recruiter. I'm definitely going to go ahead and promote myself in terms of you want to use a Patrice and Associates recruiter because they care about what they're looking for. They're not just going to place you in a job just to get the job, and because they don't want you to quit. Because we want to make sure that you're ready for those opportunities and we want you to be happy. And if you're happy with where we place you, then you're going to have the opportunity, or you will be more to a point where you will basically um, recommend our services. And we work on, you know, repeat business is what we're looking for. Well, hey, Daryl. Basically, yeah. The question is, will a recruiter go over your resume also? Yes, they will go over your resume. They will look over your resume and make recommendations on what needs to happen. But with a Patrice and Associates recruiter like myself, we're going to make those recommendations and we're going to do your resume for you. We write your resume. Um, we redo your cover letter and everything. We're going to ask you a lot of questions, and it may seem tough and ask you some questions about your style in terms of your accomplishments and metrics, things that you've achieved throughout your career. And what that does is all it's going to do is enhance your opportunities or enhance your resume. Because you got to keep in mind, all of our clients and most people who are employed basically have a short term or I should say, short attention span, because we have an operations to run. The company has the operations to run. And so you want to take advantage of those first 6 or 7 seconds to gain their attention so they can continue reading. So we know what they're looking for. We know what to put in front of them. It doesn't have to be a flashy, colorful resume to do that. So thank you for asking, Daryl. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll be glad to cover those as well. Another thing we want to look at is, is your resume tuned up and updated? You want to get it updated and tuned as soon as possible. You returning back to work, or are you one of those people who are staying at home unemployed, and enjoying the fruits of unemployment because there's some stimulus attached to it? Well, it's a good thing. And for the short term, it's really good. But for the long term, you may be hurting yourself. And I know it's hard to understand but you will understand that it's hurting you, whereas the early bird truly does get the worm. And those who return back to the workforce sooner typically will benefit from it a lot more than those who just kind of waited on the sidelines. I get it, people. Staying at home, making more than what you were doing on unemployment, and riding the waves as much as you can. I get it. It makes sense. Um, but you could be hurting yourself in the long run. Um, but for some, you got to do what you got to do to take care of your business and take care of your bills and put food on your table. But I would encourage those who, if you're waiting for something, you might want to think about, what type of worker you were. Don't think about in your own mind, assess what type of work ethic you had. Were you there on time all the time? Did you have a good attitude? Were you encouraging? Did you uplift? Did you do things to help people be better? Did you make your department better? And not by an elevated sense of being, but because it's true. Sometimes we need to understand exactly, doing your evaluation, your annual evaluation, if it was done correctly, what things you needed to work on, and did you work on those things, and did you achieve them? So, from a leadership perspective and also from a frontline perspective, you want to work on those things. Now, again, I did not want this meeting or this session, this Facebook Live event to go that long, but I just wanted to make sure I took out some time. It's happening right now. The New World Order is happening. Companies are returning back, and professionals at all levels are basically um, not returning back to work immediately, and they will, over time, we will get back to a new norm. The new norm is phasing back into the to a new world order. Um, but you want to be prepared. People, Facebook friends and family, build your team. Build your team, whereas you can make sure that you maximize your utilities, maximize opportunities for yourself. But you need to have a team that helps you do that. Don't try to do it by yourself. Use someone like Patrice and Associates, like myself, who can also assist you and help you navigate through those troubled waters or the new world order, to help you find opportunities. We have a listing of jobs all over. And I'm looking, and to give an example, I am looking for an HR business partner right now. And the HR business partner is they will be um, oversee 3 states: Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee, and just to name a few. I'm looking for executive chefs, executive sous chefs, looking for director of sales, a number of places like that throughout the United States, as the country starts to resume back to the New World Order. So, again, one of the reasons why you want to use a recruiter is because they have an inventory of jobs that they can tell you right away if they can help you or not. And so you may be filling out these application. The worst thing you can do is do that. And here's another reason why you want to use a recruiter. If you fill out an application with a company that a recruiter is basically representing, but you did it on your own, well, what happens is that recruiter is no longer able to represent you, meaning that you know, he's not at liberty to really discuss why um, some of the do's and don'ts. And plus, recruiters do get paid to make placements, but we're not paid by the candidate. We're not paid by the employee. We're paid by the company who retained us to find good candidates. Question comes through. How are you with someone who mostly been in the military, veterans? Most of my evaluations is military. Well, again, it's one of those things is transferable skills, Daryl. Do you have leadership experience in terms of leading others? Some companies would rather have someone who's in the same field. So depending on your skill set or your discipline, type of job that you're doing, it doesn't matter. We're looking for a lot of companies really like to hire military personnel because they understand the level of support and also what it takes to be in that position. Um, so military evaluations not not a real big deal. But what you need to do is use some type of assessment to understand where you truly are in terms of your leadership abilities. Someone who can help you understand that. Taking some type of assessment test that will allow you to understand that too. Thank you for asking. Um, if you have any more questions, please ask us. We have a few people that are online. I'll take a few questions while we're here. So any other questions? Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, I just wanted to, not get on my soapbox. Just wanted to make sure I got a chance to speak to you and let you know what is happening out there now, for as people returning back to work. Um, if you need any help or any assistance, need someone to look over your resume, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is djackson at patriceandassociates.com. You can reach out to me. I have about 35 years of hospitality experience, overseeing over about 400 people at a time, with a number of managers. So I understand what it takes to lead a huge team and also understand what it takes or what we look for in hiring people as well. So if you're looking for assistance, please give us a call. If you need help with finding or locating a life coach, we can help you with that. We're here to support you in any way we possibly can in terms of your career, personally and professionally. And whatever we can do to help you, it will be an honor that you allow us to do that. Um, I will do some other videos coming soon. We're working on Facebook, another Facebook Live event coming up real soon. We'll keep you posted. We also have a Facebook business page that you can also check us out at Brielle, Deval, and Associates. Please like and share. Please like and share this video with friends and someone who might be looking for a job or in this world of uncertainty, that they may be inspired to understand what they need to do to navigate through it all. We also have a YouTube channel that I will leave in the description upon closing out this video that you can check us out too. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you need us to cover, please don't hesitate in leaving those questions there, and we'll try to cover those in the next video. If there's nothing else, as always, thank you guys for your continued support. I'm Daryl Jackson. I am of patriceandassociates.com, or D Jackson at Patrice and Associates, and we're the largest hospitality recruiting firm. We also recruit in a number of diverse fields and industries, and so we're not just in hospitality, but we do a little bit of it all. Feel free to reach out to us, submit your resume to us. I'll leave a description, my website in the description as well. And feel free to reach out to us. Until the next time, you guys stay safe and healthy. Hope to hear from you soon, and you have a blessed and remarkable rest of the week. Have a good one. Bye bye.